Okay. Whew. This is the spoiler review for Sinners. If you've seen the film, we're talking right now, right? We may do chronological order, we may not, okay? First off, Michael B. Jordan's performance in this film was amazing, right? I expect nothing less. Michael B. Jordan doesn't have any bad films. Okay, maybe that Amazon movie, but we're not gonna count that. We're not gonna count that because his brothers' personalities, they differ from each other. So you have Smoke and you have Stack. So Smoke is more calculated. You know, he's a numbers guy, right? He's very stern. He's set in his ways, but he does have a soft spot for Anne in this film, right? Anne is, if you remember, she's a black woman. Her name is pronounced Wumi. I keep butchering it every time, but I love their dynamic. And then you also have Stack, whose love interest is Mary, or you guys know her as Haley, and he's more so hot-headed, less calculated, but then he's also, I guess, a little bit more understanding. So you see the dynamics between those two characters and how they come up at the heads, but at the end of the day, they're brothers and they work through different things, right? So what I really enjoyed about this film is it's kind of remind me a little reminiscent of Till Dusk Till Dawn, right? If you've seen that film, you know that it does take place within a similar. Oh my fucking gosh, this is kind of like, wait, it's way too similar to Dusk Till Dawn when I really think about it. Granted, oh my gosh, it's like Dusk Till Dawn. The more I think about it, because like the setting, what led to this, so they made a big heist in Chicago and they had to flee and they took that money and now they're trying to start a club within Mississippi. Best intentions. You can definitely feel the time period that it is. In case you didn't know what time period it was, the very opening credits or when they're in the field, it really puts it into your mind like, oh my gosh, they're sharecropping. For those who don't or not initiated and not familiar with what sharecropping is basically, so like slavery ended, right, for a time period, but then there were still ways in which people were discriminated against, right? So you, of course, you had Jim Crow laws, but then you also had sharecropping. So it's when a person on a plantation will say that they'll give them a piece of land, and from that land they can be able to harvest from it, and then like they'll give whatever the produce that they had. So in the film, like they had those sacks where they stuff cotton in, not coffin, but cotton in, and then they'll give it to the person on the plantation, and they'll get some type of payment, right? And then this one they had like wooden nickels. Don't quote me on that if I misquoted it. And they had other forms of currency. But then the plantation owner was still charging for different things. Like they were charging for equipment, they were charging for clothing, different things. So yes, like you're able to still work on the land, you get some type of payment. It's no longer slavery, but it's a long step to go. So I appreciate that it was aware of the time, it gave a different side of it. But then also to have these characters that were coming in, that was in a world that was lived in, but being able to uproot it, and the power of a dollar. Money is reinforced. The idea and theme of power is also seen throughout this film. It was first seen through the lens of money, but then also with like the racial undertones. Like it's not knocking on the nose like woke message, but just a little subtleties. Like when he's initially buying that land, or Haley's character or Mary within the film being in these certain settings, and how uneasiness that it makes people feel. Because like if a person starts crying, or even like when Stacks was talking to Smoke about like, hey, if we invite these people in, or was it Smoke and Stack? Michael was talking to Michael. He's like, you invite these people in, somebody step on their toe, they feel something run away, it uproots everything that we have, everything that we accomplish and work for. And so they're just trying to find their piece of happiness in the midst of it all. Also, I really love the performance by Sammy, that character in the film. He's very interesting. I think that kid's gonna go far, especially like the guitars, and then like the way he conveyed music, and it felt real. Like that scene where they had all the different cultures and they were explaining what music meant. They did it in the beginning, it was as a piece of foreshadowing. They did in the middle of the film, and they also gave that same monologue at the end. It could have easily been cheesy, camp, not work, but the way that it blended, it felt so natural, it felt so real, and I actually really enjoyed it, right? Some people could like look at that and really be like, whoa, message. I'm sorry. It's these fucking TikTok and the world and all these other things on YouTube and social media that just like ruin something that can be like something beautiful. And I appreciate the differences that we have, because I think within those differences you get to really shine and you can really see the beauty in people. So yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of the film, but can we talk about the endings? Yes, endings. Like, that took me by surprise. So okay, so first, I didn't understand how the vampires were being able to invite it in, because at first it was like everybody was talking. Grace or Luigi Lee, when she was going crazy, she's like, you know what, my husband out there, y'all ain't doing shit. How the fuck you a soldier and you ain't gonna do shit? You know what, I'm gonna go. She starts making a Molotov cocktail, and then I was so confused. It was only when I got in my car that I realized that she says, come in, fucker. I was like, oh, so when she said come in, that gave permission for all the vampires to storm in, right? So you have this face off, the brother versus brother. Haley's getting in on something, right? And then you also have Remick attacking people, right? And some people could say that it feels rushed, but you also have to consider, like, you have the whole film building to this point, and it has to end eventually, right? So they have this final showdown, and then you have Sammy and Remick, and then you also have brother versus brother, and you think like he kills his brother, but it's later shown that he doesn't. The only thing I didn't buy is Remick's death. I get he has to die, but if you're supposed to be around for thousands of years, you let a musician kill you? Like, he didn't surprise him or anything. He was just so vulnerable. He let himself get burned by the sun. I'm getting tired of these fucking vampires dying easily. This happened in Nosferatu too. Nosferatu, like, it was so good that he couldn't. I can rant about that film, but we're not gonna go there. So that took me by surprise, about his death. And then the brother, he's like, hey, go ahead, leave this behind. And then I thought he was going to mow down the slaughterhouse, because he know what it is now. He's like, everybody's dead or whatnot. No, this man got some cojones. I like that it didn't knock you over the head, but it makes you remember, like, this is subtlety. So the vampire told him ahead of time, like, hey, these Klansmen are going to come back and they're going to tear up the place, you know. You think they're really going to send you a piece of land? No, they're not. This is a slaughterhouse, right? So he comes out. All you see is like all these Klansmen going on. I'm like, oh, shit, it's about to go down. He pulled out with the 50 cal. I think it's a 50 cal. I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. Then I know he went to Chicago, because I see the Tommy gun. Yes, I see the Tommy gun. Oh man. So that was a cinematic marvel for all you action fans. It was like, that scene was for you. In the context of the film, yes. Outside of the film, no, guns are bad. Don't do that shit. In the film, yes, Michael B. Jordan, you are an action star. Yes, we needed this. And then I thought the film was going to end there. No, it didn't end. It got better, right? Because he's holding on to the guitar hand the whole time, and you think he's gonna let it go, and you think he's gonna be the preacher kid. No, he says, fuck that. I'm gonna play guitar. And he plays guitar, and you think it ends there. No, it keeps going. It keeps going. This is why this film is getting 10 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes, because you don't know when it's ending, and you don't want it to end, because the more it progresses, it gets better and better. Okay, let's go. I can't wait to rent this movie. I can't wait, because I'm gonna overanalyze it. I'm gonna rewatch it. Okay, so then we have the last scene, or the end credit scene, in which Sammy meets Stack again, and Stack's with that white woman. He's with Haley, or Mary as she's called in the film. And I'm so taken back by it. And I also think that it's refreshing, because I didn't think both brothers needed to die, but if they both did, it made sense that they did. And then it also seemed at a point that everybody was turned into a vampire as everybody died. But you have to really pay attention in this film because the payoff is that much more. And so, yeah, so you have that final scene. No one kills anyone. And I'm so glad that they're able to live off in the sunset. And they even leave the door open for a possibility of a Sinners 2. Will there be a Sinners 2? I have no idea, but the door's wide open, and I love to see more of this world. I do believe that it was briefly written because, like, again, there were times where I thought it was going to end, and it didn't end, and that's not a bad thing because it became unpredictable, like boom, 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 boom. My knock about the film, that vampire death, the main one, Remick, could have been done better, okay? I didn't buy it. You're supposed to be around for thousands of years. I'm anticipating he's around for thousands of years, and you get shanked. Where's your senses? Where's your spidey senses, bro? But that's all I have for now. This is my spoiler review. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like it even more, if you made it to the end of this video, you are rare. Subscribe, okay? That's all I have for you guys. Thank you, and I can't wait to see this film again. I'm gonna go see it again.